Hello everybody and welcome to this new video in which we are going to explore EKORAIN, our latest library. It's an ambient and cinematic library, and it's quite unique because, as you might have heard in the beginning, like the name says, it produces a sound which is kind of like rain and raindrops. It does that by using its main feature, which we called Echo's engine, which basically produces repetitions which are pitched, and the engine performs them at variable speeds, creating therefore this kind of raindrops kind of sounds. Now let's have a look at the interface. EKORAIN sports two main layers plus a third layer dedicated to pads. The two main layers include sounds like organic sounds, harps, nylon strings, guitars, harmonics, dulcimers, bells, staccato quartetto, and so on, but also physical modeled sounds, granular synthesis, analog synths, and heavily affected sounds. Also, we have a third layer, which is a pad layer, and this is quite interesting because this pad layer has also a step volume effect. With our usual randomizing features here. We also included a few presets for the step volume effect. But the real star here is the Echo's engine. The Echo's engine has several behaviors, which are different ways in which these echoes are generated. The first type of echoes generation is the normal plus CC speed. So basically, every repetition will be more like a delay, but the speed of this repetition can be controlled via CC1, the mod wheel. So and you can hear how nice it is to just perform these repetitions. It kind of becomes like a tremolo at times. The second type of behavior for the echoes is the random timing. In the previous behavior, the timing of the echoes was following a tempo grid, so subdivisions of quarter, 8 notes, 16 notes, and so on. But in this second type of behavior, the echoes will be produced at a random time, so you can achieve some unexpected results. The third type of echoes behavior is melodic plus CC speed, which means that this echo repetition can be pitched and the user can select up to 8 pitches, among which the script will choose randomly a few each time, creating different melodies all the time. And on top of that, with the modulation wheel, we can adjust the speed of these repetitions. Then we have another behavior which is called melodic random. As you might already have understood, in this type of behavior, the user can select the pitches, but this time the echoes will happen randomly in time. Now, since these events are random in time, we can force them into a tempo grid, just using the subdivisions of 16 notes, 8 notes, quarter notes, and so on. And the last behavior is the melodic random plus mod wheel, or CC1. In this mode, we have melodic repetitions, again user selectable, and they will happen randomly in time, but the speed of this randomness can be adjusted by using the CC1. Now we notice that after a while these echoes are fading out. In fact, we have a decay control over here. We can switch the decay on or off. If the decay is off, these echoes will repeat for a very long time. And they will only stop when you release the keys. With the decay on, we can also adjust the decay time, so having the echoes perform for a longer or a shorter time. Now, on layer 2, you can see we have 2 more buttons compared to layer 1. One is the button that says Include in Echoes. And with this one, we can decide whether we want layer 2 to be part of the echoes or only having layer 1 doing the echoes. And with the second button, which is Play on Note Press, we can decide to have layer 2 playing every time we press a key. The next time I play, the play on note press is off, so you will hear layer 2 play only sometimes when I'm pressing the keys. But when I click play on note press, the folk harmonics will play every time I press my keys. Then we have a huge selection of convolution reverbs. Some of them are basically just reverbs, others are really crazy effects. We have 30 different pads, sound sources, which really complements the sound of layer 1 and layer 2. This is, for example, a reversed flute, which goes really well with these echoes. EKORAIN also includes a very interesting pitch envelope effect panel, which can dramatically change the sound. You can hear now that every echo is affected by this pitch envelope. We have a menu here. We can select if we want the envelope direction to be down, up, or random. Choosing the last option in this menu will cause the pitch envelope to affect the notes only sometimes. EKORAIN also supports an arpeggiator, with the usual suspects over here. The arpeggiator can be totally randomized. And speaking of randomization, the whole instrument can be also randomized. Every panel, every sound, every effect. To do so, we can select which of these controls we want to be randomized. I'm gonna select this little R on all the controls. So at this point, everything will be randomized when I press the dice button over here. And you can hear what a dramatic change has just happened. Or I can just choose a few panels to be randomized. For example, we switch off the pitch envelope and I'm gonna randomize actually everything else. Let's randomize one more time. And one more time. When I press this button over here, the pan position of each layer will be randomized at each note press. So you can achieve a very wide stereo effect. Now there is also a very handy freeze effect here. I press just one note. And you can hear that this note is continuing forever until I press it again. That's quite useful for creating kind of drones. You notice also that every time I was using the melodic echoes, all these pitch intervals were always performing within the scale. Since I set this root and scale to C major, every note that is generated by the script will be corrected in order to fit with the notes of C major scale. The user can assign up to 6 scales to key switches that can be recalled at any time. Obviously, when we have scale off over here, every note will be allowed. At this point, if I realize that the sound before was a little bit more pleasing for me, or maybe the one that I really needed, I can undo the randomization and go back to my previous sound. And then maybe I realize, no, wait, actually, the latest one was the best one. I can redo the randomization. EKORAIN also sports a MIDI drag and drop feature, with which you can record internally the notes that are generated by EKORAIN, and then create a MIDI file that can be imported into your DAW and played by any instrument of your choice. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.